And here's the news.
Oh, thanks, Clark.
I gotta run to be impact.
You're already halfway to the telephone booth with that red shirt. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another amazing episode of the Haydenfilms Minutes. But before we get into the news, I'd just like to let you know once again that the Haydenfilms Minutes are sponsored by the Haydenfilms 1.0 screenwriting competition going on for $10,000. Now, this is absolutely wild. All the screenwriters across the world, we are looking for the best screenplays, and you could be a select winner for $10,000. Or if you're just looking for $1,000, you can join our short screenplay competition that is also sponsored on filmfreeway.com. If you'd like to check out previous episodes of the Haydenfilms Menace, be sure to click that fancy button up here. And also, don't forget to subscribe and like Haydenfilms for more awesome content like this. Now, on to the news with our first article from The Cluster. Advertise with us. The streaming platform industry is becoming overcrowded, and that has become an issue, according to The Cluster. They're saying within the past 15 to 20 years, we have been seeing streaming broadcasting agencies such as Netflix, Disney Plus, and even Apple TV expanding, and it's become so overly saturated, and we see people going in all these different platforms every single year, how they're being created, and we're seeing how money is trickling down to all these companies, making in the multi-millions, somewhere between 10 and 20 million each and every year. So this article is important for a lot of reasons, because obviously we're in the streaming age, and we're in the age of information and transparency between companies who want to channel entertainment to our television sets, our phones, and our computers, as well as some awesome consoles. But for every new streaming agency that comes out, or streaming software that comes out for that matter, it becomes more of an issue of how you're able to break through the noise, how you're able to break through the barriers that these higher up companies have been placing, and the standards they've been placing in the diversity of content and the distribution of content. Well, we here at Haydenfilms have been pondering this for a very, very long time, and we got some surprising news in the future if you keep following us down below with this like and subscribe button. But it's important for smaller startup companies to understand that these companies, while they do have a select range of content, that isn't the only thing that's gaining them profits. It's something that separates them, that makes them specifically unique with how they hold and distribute their content, is how these people are subscribing to these different networks. For example, Netflix has channeled in on the Netflix originals with, of course, some of the first programs, including House of Cards and Orange is the New Black, creating generalized good content for people to watch on the own Netflix form for their own subscription basis, while Disney Plus, on the other hand, has been taking advantage of all the Disney content because, you know, Disney, the giant media empire it is, has a huge selection of content for people to watch. So when you're thinking about starting up a streaming business, you got to think about how you're going to diversify your content and how you're going to get that content from the software to your streaming platform of choice. And I think there's no better way to highlight that with this price range of articles that you can find in the cluster. And if you'd like to check out these articles, we're going to have them all below in the description. And I think that's going to transition us into our second article from Gizmodo.com. The best VR headsets you can get right now. Now, guys, you know me, I love my VR headsets. I love virtual reality, Oculus Rift. In the early 2010s, it was all the craze, all the rage, and today it's absolutely no different. And if you're looking to get into the virtual reality game, you gotta have a little bit of investment money, because like anything else, you gotta put some money into it for enjoyment. And this article right here highlights some of the best starter-up VR headsets that you can find, such as the Vive Cosmos, which is another great middle ground, as well as the HP Reverb G2, going on for about $1,099. And of course, you also have the different articles from the Valve Index, and all these VR headsets are contributing to the PlayStation Network, the Xbox console agencies, and of course, multi-gaming platforms such as Steam. And with these virtual reality headsets, they also are looking at more digital-based training. So if you're looking for a more cost-effective way to use VR headsets, this article will probably find a great, perfect VR headset for you and your company to transition into. Now, going into our final article from Forbes.com. How do most creative brands use live streaming video to their advantage? According to this article from Forbes.com, they want more than just a product. The customers, anyhow. They want an experience, which is why Adweek reports that 70% of customers who feel a connection to a brand will typically spend twice as much as the average customers. And it's important for today's top creative brands to go into the live streaming business and to live stream to their companies for a few important reasons. One, authenticity. There's some appeal to live streaming across all the social media platforms that gives a more human touch to it. It's nothing that's overproduced, over creative. It's not a streamlined based commercial that you would find on the television or in one of your ads on YouTube. Live streaming offers a more personal touch and also customer interactions with asking questions and providing answers in the descriptions below. And I think companies that are not taking advantage of the live streaming platform are lacking that authenticity that they could have with their customers and developing that relationship with their customers, which brings me into my next point of the relationship with the customer. As customers in the younger generation and the older generation know, they want to have a connection to the advertising or the product that they want to believe in and stand behind. So talking directly to the employees via live streaming chat not only offers that authenticity, but it also offers transparency. And transparency is so important these days across all the platforms. There is no better philosophy when it comes to transparency and being honest with who you're talking to and what you're willing to receive, what you're willing to give for a certain product. And any company that isn't jumping in on transparency is just simply hurting themselves in this regard. So when it comes to live streaming, it's just become such an important factor of our lives because the customers want to know what they're spending their money on. I know I'm repeating this redundancy, but it's so true. And we at Hayden Films are no different with our transparency in our articles to you. And if you'd like to see us do some live streaming Q&As, be sure to leave a comment or some feedback in the comment section below so we can provide more questions about what the Hayden Films Agency does, what the Institute is, what our philosophies are. And I think there's no better way to conclude the minutes today, ladies and gentlemen, other than to check out the articles in the description below. Comment, would you like us to start live streaming more? Do you have any questions for us that only live streaming can answer? And no better way to conclude this other than saying, once again, this is Alec Barber from the Hayden Films Minutes, wishing you all to stay healthy, stay informed, and stay safe. Thank you.